I also forgot to unmute my mic. Hey, everybody. Let's get Unity opened up here and get going. I honestly was concerned if the stream today was even going to happen. I was so sick yesterday. Like, I hate or indicator. Like, so I was at this music festival last weekend for like 4 days, and come like Monday and then even especially Tuesday, I was like, man, I was like, I'm surprised I haven't gotten sick yet, because normally I usually get sick from those kinds of things. Everything was great. Then all of a sudden Wednesday came and I was feeling like a little stuffy and everything, and I was like, oh, that's not good. I had to take off work yesterday. I was so sick. Even today I'm not back to 100%, but I'm we go, dude. Okay. There we go. I hit my mic and everything unplugged. Oh yeah, I is my mic back? Should be good now. I can, cause at least OBS is picking it up. Because I literally, so like the cable's right here, and I accidentally punched it and just unplugged the thing. It should be good now. I'm hoping it's good. But yeah, I ended up having to take off work yesterday because I was so sick, and even this morning was like a little rough. I hate this song. It's like one of the couple tracks on the OSRS soundtrack I can't stand. All right, I don't even remember what I was doing the other day. I barely touched this yesterday, so I don't know what I was doing. But oh, actually, speaking of that music festival, I was actually going to ask you, do you listen to Rammstein at all? Because Till, the frontman of Rammstein, he apparently, this was news to me, apparently he's got like his own like side gig besides them, and he was at Aftershock this weekend, so I got to see him live. All right, let's remember where I was even at in the first place. Oh yeah, okay. So one of these, oh, that's not implemented. That's fine. Okay, that's right. This is, I left this like in a half working state. Yeah, so it like, it didn't register, I think, because I used to listen to Rammstein a ton too, like years ago, but I feel like I hadn't listened to him as much recently, probably because I don't know German as well anymore. So like I had forgotten, like it's honestly, I don't think I ever really knew his name. There's a lot of bands I listened to where I couldn't tell you the names of like half the members in it. So like I didn't realize it was him. It also didn't put, it didn't register, like I didn't put 2 and 2 together either when I saw the name that it was like German. But then I heard people talking about it and stuff like that, and then heard someone mention Rammstein. I was like, wait, what? I looked it up and I was like, oh yeah, he has like his own side band called just it's called like Till Lindemann, and it's his own thing. And so we saw them and it was cool. All right, so I have a half. I have a half working inventory right now, and it's partially because the fact that my inventory item buttons are only emitting an on item clicked, and so then in the actual container I've got like an equip weapon and an equip armor thing that I've just been tying that event to. And what I need to do is actually have it to be able to differentiate. And what I did in Godot was when I clicked on a button, the little drop down, the little buttons popped up and you clicked those and those were attached. So I gotta make that. That's the wrong inventory menu. This is the one I want. So what I need is a yeah, what do I need? There's so many, like, I guess I don't remember. UI document, what is this thing? Okay, I don't know what that thing is. Godot had so many more tools. So I think I just need to do also make it empty. And inside here, we're gonna make I guess I only really need the one button for now. Because in Godot I had let me just open up the Godot project and see what was going on in there. I'm so happy. When I last got a pack of sparkling water, they didn't really have anything. Normally I drink bubbly. They didn't really have any flavors that were like vibing with me. So I got this stuff called Waterloo. It's just not as good. But this is like my last can of it. Next week I decided to just pony up the money for Liquid Death because that stuff is really good. So I'm gonna have Liquid Death next week. All right. Button. Oh, right. You open in Visual Studio. Let me play it and just see. I forget how I had it working. Oh, I was about to say, are you just that broken now? Oh, okay. You know what? Let's... Oh, there we go. Make the magazine not required, so I can at least equip this thing. I guess in here, yeah, it does kind of just snap to where it needs to go. Okay. Okay. I must have the drop downs for the other screens then. So what I need to do then is so I don't need these handlers anymore. I only need the one handler. No worries, man. I always appreciate when you are here, but I never expect you to be. Dude, I do not miss school though. Not in the slightest. On item clicked. I graduated college in... Oh, God. I graduated in 2018. That was like 6 years ago. And actually, you know what's funny? Let me find it. Where the hell is it? No, hold on. Oh, yeah. And people that doubt it, we were joking about this on stream like the other week and stuff like that. Here's the proof of my, well, I guess it's not the, here's the proof. I have a diploma. The funny thing too is though, is this diploma, now I mean, I honestly kind of forgot that this was the case. I didn't graduate with a computer science degree. It was still in tech, so it's not like completely like. But I actually graduated with a degree in information technology. So like it's still related, but I'm also still technically one of those people that doesn't work in their degree. I got the IT degree because, especially at my university, the two were like so similar anyway. And the funny thing is most of the relevant classes, or like classes relevant to like the real world in the field, were all actually IT classes. Like I remember distinctly the .NET class was an IT class. It wasn't a comp sci class. There was a game dev class that I did take, and it was also an IT class and not a comp sci class. So it was like I was able to accomplish the exact same thing and take the exact same classes that I needed, but the difference between IT and comp sci is IT, I was able to pick any like science path I needed or wanted, and I just had to do 2 semesters of a science. And comp sci was required to take 2 semesters of physics and 2 semesters of chemistry, and the ridiculous amounts of level of calculus that you had to take too. I just said, screw this. I'm not going to do that. To where then I did IT, where I had to take like 1 semester of calculus, and then I took biology because it's the easy science. Got where I was trying to go regardless. Since I'm a software engineer for my day job now. All right. Unplugged is taking... I'm gonna get rid of this not implemented because that thing's annoying me. That'll be used in the future when I get the little pop-up thing to appear that says what the item is. Okay, well, what are you? Oh, that's why. Okay, so dude, it's also crazy the number of people I work with or have worked with that are just like, they're brilliant engineers. They're insanely good at programming, and I'll find out that they have like a degree in like something completely unrelated. One of my buddies, he's an insanely good software engineer. Like, I wish I was as good as he is. Do you graduate with like a history degree? I have another buddy who's a front-end web developer, and he graduated with marine biology. Okay, so instead of yeah, there's gonna be this weird chain of events that I'm sending now. That's kind of annoying. Or no, never mind. The item button is telling the content that it was clicked, and then the content itself is saying is got to figure out what it is and call the specific one. So we can get rid of these guys, and we're gonna need one more for consumables. Unconsumable used. So now we're gonna have to do a switch of item dot type. You gonna help me here? Oh, it's gonna be item dot type. There it is. That's not where those are supposed to go. Oh, I forget how to do this. It's case. Okay. And type dot weapon. That's gonna do what's it called? On weapon equipped. Is that sending a specific? Okay. So we'll cast it as a weapon and send that on. Are you upset? Or oh, because I don't have a default. That's fine. Oh yeah, I have to break out too. That's right. Okay. Case enums dot item type dot armor on armor equipped from inventory. And I can still tell that I'm a little sick, because even today at work, I definitely was not as I just felt sluggish. Oh, hold on. What does my wife want? So my wife a picture. She was like, and I was asking her a question related to it. She's like, it's not here. It's not here. Where is it? I'm like, I don't know. It says it's sent. All right. And then the last one. Oh, come on. Don't tab in. But yeah, I think today at work, there was a point where one of our QA people came to me and like I completely misunderstood what she was asking. And I went down this like huge rabbit hole of trying to figure out what was going on. And it was going down the complete wrong path. In my defense, her question also wasn't very clear, but okay, so that should evoke all that stuff. These sorts down. So if we go back up to the actual yeah, like I said, you think I'm if I sound rough today and like not as like the way that I normally am, you should have seen me yesterday. Okay, so yeah, so we just need to hook up that last event on consumable use from inventory plus equals on consumable used. I also don't like. I'm gonna rename these on armor equipped. On weapon equipped. Okay, so none of these exist, which is fine. That's not what I wanted. Throw new system dot exception dot throw new not limited exception. There we go. Clearly I did not spell that right. Unconsumable used. Okay, yeah, that's right. I spelled it wrong up here. Unconsumable. Oh, I did the wrong one. Autocorrect got me. There we go. Okay, so now these should just work. Sometimes it doesn't like to. There we go. Neato. Now I just got to. Now I got to remove them. Okay, so you have the equip. Okay, so you have those buttons. So I have the equipped. Equipped armor button dot on item clicked. This equals on armor removed, and then the other one's going to be the equipped weapon button. On item clicked. That's not what I wanted. Unequipped. Let's keep the same verbiage here. On weapon unequipped. Actually, I don't need to make these. I can make these the same on gear unequipped. Yeah, these can be the same. Because all I'm taking is an inventory item. Player dot inventory dot add to inventory. I never actually named this variable. And I should be able to just recall the reset up the menu, pass the player in. That should work right out. That should just work. I don't think I'm missing anything. On gear unequipped. Did I name it? Did I forget to change the? Oh, I forgot to change the function name. No big deal. Technically, I can accomplish the same thing too with the equipping and just have on gear equipped, and it'll have a switch in there that checks and does either one. But I don't think I want to, since I have to do the check, I don't think I want to do that. Versus like the unequipping gear, I don't have to check specifically what kind it is. I just have to say, yeah, so this should work off the bat, right off the bat. Well, we're we're kind of there. So you're doing, so you're not reloading. Oh, you know why? I'm dumb. I'm just taking what the item that's in the. I do have to check individually because I have to actually remove it from the component. Because I gotta do something similar to here. So basically what I'm gonna be doing is this is, I don't like how I wrote this. How do I differentiate here? Oh, that's how. Why am I having... Oh, that's why I'm doing it, because I can't have the armor component and the weapon components can't have the dependency of knowing who the owner of it is. That's right. I accepted the fact that the menu was going to have a dependency on needing specifically the player. That was a design decision, so I do have to manually tell. It feels weird doing it this way, but there is a reason why I'm doing it this way. I shouldn't have to do any checks. Oh, because unequip is looking for specifically or that's fine because we know. That runs into an issue in the future. It can, oh, wait, what do you want? Unequip. Oh, you just don't. You just unequip. Oh, this is super weird. And then we'll go ahead and do the. We'll go ahead and do the safety check just because why not? Yeah, the menus are gonna have these really really, really tight, like, coupling to like the players, but it's fine because the menu's literally going, hey, here is this inventory, here is this inventory, or in this instance, here is the inventory, do what you need to do specifically to this object. So I'm fine having this level of like coupling to the player, because then it'll be the same thing on the loot menu where it's going to be like, here's this inventory and this other inventory, do whatever you need to do the two things. Because it's better to have the coupling here than it is to have on the components. So the armor button should work. I don't understand why when it doesn't load every single time. There we go. That's weird. Hold on. So I have an armor piece. I'm gonna click it and equip it. That updates and it populates here. If I click this, not doing it. Okay. See if we're even getting in there. I'm hitting it. Okay. Oh, duh. Watch. There it is equipped, right? I'm going to click it. Nothing's going to happen. It almost worked. Okay. I'm not I'm not reloading the menu. Is the problem. Because what should be happening is going to reload there. It's going to come up here and be like, oh, the armor is equal to 0, so it's going to pop down here, and I just set the button to false, or the set active of that button to be false, so I shouldn't be able to see it. There it is, not like loading again. Dude, Unity does some weird things sometimes. Is unequipping armor just not doing what it's supposed to do yet? Armor. Am I using this guy? So the player obviously is connecting that. Okay. I see what's happening there. As for it to, it's not adding to the inventory. That's the part I don't understand offhand, but let's fix the first one. See, the armor component. Yeah, there's gonna be instances where this There's gonna be instances where this event has to fire twice. Because if I'm equipping armor, I don't want to fire it twice, but like, you know, that's just one of those things where we're gonna do it, and we'll just forget that I did it. There's some optimization to be had there, because like I said, if I'm equipping a piece of armor while I have a piece of armor equipped, it's gonna go through unequip, fire off the armor changed event, then when it's done with unequip, it's gonna go back to equip, assign the stuff, and then fire the armor changed event again. I can't send it null. Gonna make it. Object. I do not understand. What is happening here? Oh, I have to. Okay, that's fine. Because then, yeah, in here I have to check if... That's why that's happening. So if armor does not equal null, do that. Otherwise, base sprite display is going to equal the defaults. And then the animator dot runtime controller is also going to equal the defaults animator controller. Is that everything I need to get that working? Am I still missing shit? It's like the first time after a recompile, it's like upset about something. Okay, so we're not, it's just not getting added to the inventory. Yeah, it should not being added to the inventory. Curious as to what's coming back here when I do that. Interesting. So it's not... But why? Sorry about that. Figured it out. I'm doing this in the wrong order. I need to so I'm nulling it before I'm... Oh, this straight up isn't gonna work. Yeah, that straight up just wasn't gonna work. This thing always returned null. Okay, how do I want to accomplish that then? Do I... Item armor. Okay, so I gotta do something similar up here. So I'm gonna get the unequipped armor. Or item armor. We're gonna null everything out. On armor changed. Invoke. Honestly, I don't think this should even like... This honestly shouldn't even pass an armor type in. Because then the player... Why? That should be fine. Armor is... Oh, I need to grab the item. Okay. That's fair. Since you're passing objects instead of their reference, why not pass a reference to the object and have the details held by change instead of the object itself? Because I didn't think that far ahead. And because I didn't think that far ahead, to be completely honest. Oh, see, now you don't know. Yeah, this is dumb. Because to be completely fair, when I was porting everything over, I really didn't like it. I wasn't exactly thinking in like the C# mindset either. It was basically, I'm gonna take what I have in Godot and I'm gonna write it in Unity. So there's a lot of things that I've done in here that aren't exactly probably the best way to do things. Purely because I was just trying to get everything like moved over. It's pretty much just that, to be there's also an argument to do it either way. I'm not of the mental state right now where I could really dive into that because I'm still recovering from being sick. I mean, there's arguments that go both ways. But yeah, to be completely honest, I didn't even really necessarily think about doing it. That way. I kind of just got into the mode of, I did it in Godot, I'm gonna do it here. Cause like, I'm sure Godot's got reference. I just never used it. I don't know. It's armor component. Armor is an inventory item. Armor. I mean, item. Oh, that's gonna make this way more annoying than I genuinely have no idea. To be fair, I also kind of forget that C# has pointers too, because it's not very often that even at work, it's not very often that we do things that way. Yeah, all three definitely have pointers. Like I said, I just forget about pointers in C#. Okay, so I guess I do want to pass in for this just for simplicity's sake. Whatever, we'll have it send the item, I guess. It doesn't... I'm pretty sure that's kind of the same thing in C sharp, where like it's one of those things in C sharp where I'm pretty sure it's the case of like, yeah, we have them, but it also just like there's just not like a need to do it. Okay, so I changed. My thing with pointers too is there's so many, I mean, there's so many developers out there that are like afraid of pointers. And like to a degree, you should be like cautious with pointers, because like you can like get yourself in trouble with them. But it's, I think I just don't like it's, so it's not that I'm afraid of them. I just don't like using them unless I absolutely have to. That's the other thing. I don't think I don't think my game is gonna be needing a level of optimization where I'm gonna have to worry about like doing that, because obviously using pointers would be more efficient than what I'm doing here, but woo. So I think the real answer is like, yeah, I just honestly didn't think about doing it, but like the other answer is honestly it doesn't really matter all that much. I changed something and I don't know what I did now, and I need to unarmor unequipped into it's the content, that's right. Or no. It is from the menu, because I'm doing the on armor unequipped. On armor equipped is taking the item. Okay. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Put everything back to the way it was. Yeah, we've reached this point where now this is probably for better and for worse in instances where we just don't need that level of control of like memory anymore, because computers now are just so powerful that it kind of like those inefficiencies kind of just like don't matter. But then now it's for the worst part, I think, is the fact that now people have, there's definitely like there's a trend of like, you see a lot of stuff that ends up like not running well at all because they kind of just throw everything into the wind and everything's like super inefficient with memory now. It's definitely a weird state that we're in. Is this really taking not the inventory item? Oh, I guess it makes sense I was doing it that way. And then the player. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna do it that way. It's fine. Whatever. We're not gonna put too much thought into it. Now that I've got myself lost in the sauce on what was going on. But yeah, I think there's also like, it's all relative to what you're working on too. Like, I see this all the time now that I've been doing this professionally for like being a software engineer for like 6 years now at this point, where it's like I see junior level devs that will come in and it's like they're all about like the latest and greatest this or the absolute best way to do that and blah blah and stuff like that. And there'll be some PRs that come in from our junior developers that are like the slickest code that you've ever seen, and we're just looking at going, nah. They're like, just write it like a normal human being. Because you got this super crazy slick line of code, but but we'll read it and we're like, and it's not immediately clear what that like if we have to spend more than a couple seconds like deciphering what a line of code is, it's a bad line of code. And it's like, and I think it's the same thing where with like pointers and stuff like that, is where if there's no reason to do the pointers, there's just no reason to do the pointers, because it does add a level of complexity to things that, is it worth adding the level of complexity over nothing? It's all about knowing when to do and when to not do. But at the same time, I was no, because like, and it's funny too. It's not even like, this isn't even a jab at you either necessarily. Like, I did the same. Like, I remember my first coding job. I would come in and I'd be writing these like crazy like one-line bits of code, and then my seniors would look at me and go, "No, just write it like a normal human being." I'm like, okay. Like, even something like this, I remember, like, this might not be a bad example, or this might be a bad example because I'm not actually sure. Like, there's probably some crazy, like, super crazy way that I could write this thing, and it's just like, nah, just do a couple if statements. It's not the end of the world. Like, if I worked at a company like Google or Netflix or any of those FANG companies where you're dealing with billions of users and stuff like that, then yeah, stuff like that matters. And you definitely want to be good at that and stuff like that. But this is a... Actually, I had to have, because I recognize what you're saying. I don't remember what you said. I remember you talking about it. Let me, okay. I need to like... Oh, my models are in. Sorry, got distracted. I just got DM'd on Discord because some Warhammer models I had ordered came in. Oh yeah, let me just, since I've gone on like this tangent, I don't remember what I was doing right now. Wait, what? Okay, was not what I was expecting to happen. So click you. Cool. Cool. Okay, everything's there. If I click you, nothing happens. Makes sense. I don't think that's hooked up. Click you. Nothing happens. I click you. Okay, I think we're back to square one. This is why streaming and working on my game is so hard. I'm dealing with 3 things right now. I'm streaming, or 2 things. See, that's how out of it. Like, streaming already makes this hard enough. And now I'm sitting here trying to stream and I'm not feeling great. Oh, yeah. It's because I haven't pulled the actual like inventory icon for the armor piece yet into Unity. So I just grabbed a frame from that animation to throw in there for the sprite. Okay, cool. So, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, so trying to stream and being sick is making this coding thing so much harder. Okay, so let's follow the chain. Equipped armor button. Equipped armor button when it's clicked is on armor unequipped. Armor unequipped is saying, hey, unequip the armor. So I'm gonna go in here. Return. So I'm so this needs to return the unequipped armor. And that should... So when I go back to the menu, after it does that... Now if I This music's too loud. That's too quiet. Oh, yeah, I did remember. I remembered you talking about that. And then I read through it and went, like I said earlier, I was like, I'm too sick to comprehend what he's saying. It was one of those things where I definitely, I was able to vibe with Chris when he read that, because I was reading and going, yep, I understand some of these words. Oh, I am not in a state to be coding right now. Come on, Unity. Hey, there we go. See, let's just quit overthinking stuff. Let's just get things done. All right, let's do the same thing for the weapon. So, Alright, we're basically just going to do this exact same thing. But except in here, it's going to be a weapon. We're checking the weapon component. Unequipped weapon. Grab you, grab you. Grab you, grab you. Now the funny thing is I actually have no idea if my weapon component can even handle unequipping it. And instead of checking the code, we're just going to run it and see if it works. See, every time it compiles, it like doesn't know what is happening here. But then, okay, hold on. There's a setting that I want to check. Project settings. Oh God, where is this at? I just don't even know. Like now, I guess now we're over here. We can check equip. Oh yeah, see, I was right. It doesn't even. It can't even handle it right now. So what's gonna happen here is the weapon in the inventory item. Most of this stuff is gonna have to be cleared out, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. What's neat is that in this instance, I don't actually have to do any signals because the this thing's actually attached as its own entity to the player, and it's not like a script attached to the player. That's not what I wanted, but thanks for trying. Okay, so now that we got that in there, and that forces it to rebuild this domain. This is the thing. This is the thing that's like annoyed me with Unity. Is this whole thing? But I think. Did I? Ah, I did. Good catch. Did you not believe at work the number of like times I will find variables, like the number of time I find variables in our source code at work that are like misspelled, and I so badly want to fix them, but I can't. It's like, so I mean, literally, could I? Yeah. The problem is the problem is it screws with the QA pipeline, because anything that like because you are, even though it's a simple like, oh, I'll just change the name of all the variables everywhere, blah blah and stuff like that, from the business standpoint, every single area where that variable's name got like changed, we would have to go and test all of that stuff again, which is why we don't do it. Because I mean, it's one of those things where it's, you never know. The one time that you don't test it is the time that doing that like actually breaks something, right? And it sounds dumb, but like that's just kind of how it is. If I think there have been instances where we have done that, but like in general, like, yeah, we tend to just kind of, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, is really the thing. And it's very, very much like when you're working in a professional setting as a software engineer, especially like on a team that's like as big as mine is, when you get a ticket, the only things that are supposed to be in that PR, yeah, but because the other problem is the only things that are supposed to be in that PR are changes related to the specific ticket. So when you're going and changing, like renaming variables and stuff to, because there's like a typo or something like that, that's technically out of scope of the ticket, which is also something that they don't want. But like, yeah, it's literally the reason why. It has absolutely nothing to do with technical reasons whatsoever. It's 100% purely business rules, and how our testing pipeline at work, like with our QA team, works and stuff like that. Where literally any code that has any code that has changes attached to it has to be tested. So if you go and change a variable and that variable is like has like 1,000 instant like references across the entire code base, every single one of those instances has to be tested. It's obnoxious, it's dumb, it's just how it is. There's very, very much a very real difference between like business level business development and hobby development, because there's just so much. It's just a whole lot. It's a lot of corporate red tape that's just a pain in the ass to deal with. Okay, so clearly I'm not. I need to clear out the sprite on the weapon when I unequip it too. Like, but here, let me put it this way. Right now, I'm working on the inventory menu, right? Technically, at least by our, by our business rules and how like how our PRs go and their QA pipeline and stuff, everything and stuff like that. If this were a ticket that I was working on at work and it was to set up this inventory menu, right? Something as simple as what I'm about to go do here, where in the weapon component, I'm not clearing out the sprite, that technically would not be able to be done under this branch because it would be unrelated to what the branch is supposed to be. But since it's my code base and it's a hobby project, and I'm also the only one working on the team, so like, yeah, cool, I'm gonna do it. But if it's at work, no. So weapon sprite, is this going to equal null? And that'll fix that. I say, because you're still in college, right? So you haven't have you worked professionally, or I guess even, and I would count even internships as have you done internships or anything like that and really worked in a corporate setting yet? Because if you haven't, you'll learn that the biggest pain in the ass that you will deal with of being a software engineer is 9 times out of 10 is usually business related. It has nothing to do with tech. You're gonna have things be done a certain way because the business wants it done that way. You're gonna have things be held up or expected to be done in a certain timeline because the business wants it done that way, and they'd have no idea. It's the higher ups that have no idea how any of this stuff works, and it's fun. Or it's you'll know, I think I was talking about this earlier. Sorry, it's you'll know a better way to do something, but you'll be forced to do it a different way because you're gonna do it the way that it's always been that done. That's why businesses always fall behind and stuff. It's because it's very much We do it this way because we've always done it this way. And I think that's where like what happens with a lot of junior developers coming out of college into the real world is the problem is like in college you learn all this crazy things and stuff like that. They're all like the best way to do things sometimes, or like this and stuff like that. When you get into the real world, it's literally all about just getting stuff done. You do it the way that is the fastest to get it working. It depends on what you're talking about. And also, as I said, especially when you're working for a company, the best way is the way that the company tells you to write it. If you don't write it the way that, if they don't do it the way that you want it done, then you're doing it the wrong way. Oh yeah, I was seeing if Sprite was. Yeah. What did that trigger? Jesus. Hold on. But yeah, I think so. There's a lot of times where I think if you look at how I'm coding and stuff, and you'll be like, oh, why are you doing it this way? Why are you doing it that way? Blah, and stuff like that. It's because that's kind of just how I code these days after doing this for, dealing with corporate-y stuff. And, it's just, I just do it the way, I just code the way I code at work. What triggered that? Because yeah, honestly, it's not the greatest feeling either saying that, where it's like, yeah, I'm coding to get it done. Which sucks. Okay, so I'm gonna equip that guy. I got the pistol guy there. Oh, I know what I did. I know exactly what I did. Remember when I said, oh, I need to remove the sprite when I unequip the weapon? I made the entire object null. I need to null out the sprite. That domain thing, okay, having it reset the domain thing, I still haven't figured out what that is. I need to spend like, I googled it for like 5 minutes one day. It's so frustrating that I have to wait for that after I compile the code, and then but make it to where it does that when I run the game. Also fix this like loading issue. Okay, so we got the gun equipped. I'm gonna unequip the gun. There we go. No air. All right, so you know what? Here, I'll fix that for you. Where is this guy? Right here. Dev armor. icon. Let's make this not. Dope. That's not what I wanted. There. Apply that. 16 per pixel. Forgot to set that. Now, if we go into this guy and we set this thing to at there, happy. Oh man, I gotta figure out how I want to. People fill. I'm gonna have to figure out some sort of way to do these buttons though, and this was an issue I was running to over in Godot because I hadn't fixed it yet, to where like I want these sprites to have the same pixel size, but the guns are so much bigger than everything, especially because like this is just the gun. It has none of the attachments attached to it. So like the barrel's gonna stick out like this far, and then the stock sticks out like that far. So I need to do a level of, I think I had it better in Godot though, because there was a level of the buttons were bigger. And then I think I also made the sprites themselves a bit smaller in the icons. So what I can do is is there a way to there's not a way to scale that sprite in here, is there? Because the pixels need to be the same size. Like, I can easily just scale the picture down to fit, but then the guns will have smaller pixels than the icons for the armor, and people in the pixel art community do not like that. The sprite, the pixels themselves have to be the same size. So I have to find a balance of, like, ultimately, I think what'll happen is I'll have the guns, like, rotated like 45 degrees, so they have more, I'm pointing at the screen as if you can see it, because they have more distance this way than this way. That might be an option. What I'm concerned about with that is I don't want to put the work in, because if I have, so how I have it set right now is it can fit 5 across, right? So say the first 3 items in my inventory were all, say, like guns, and we're like 2 wide across. I would go 2, 2, and then it would go fit the when it goes to put the 3rd gun in the inventory, there's only going to be enough space in there for like 1 slot, so I'll have to force it down to the bottom, and then I'd have to do some sort of check to populate that extra slot with a smaller item. And it's just a lot of work. I could do it, I just don't want to do it. I didn't particularly want to have different sized icons either, because my inventory system isn't necessarily a it's not like a Tetris inventory system like, say, like Diablo or something. It's just like a list of items. So I kind of wanted all of them to just be a uniform size. So I got to figure out how to balance, like, getting them small enough to fit, but then so certain stuff is still big enough that you could see it. Cause do I have Godot open? I don't. Darn. I was gonna show you what I mean, because I have it working, or kind of working in Godot. I don't even know if I have an inventory in the Godot project right now. Yeah, see, like even in Godot, it's the sprites for the like they're not super tiny, like they're fine. But I think even like this guy, if he was built out, would still be sticking out too far. I don't know. So it's more of oh yeah. It's not so much a technical problem right now, it's more of a design problem. And I just gotta figure out what I want to do. Because whatever I come up with, I'll be able to do. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, we're on this. Oh, I have zoomed out so far. There we go. The other option is I make because I can make like a more stylistic inventory where I make everything back out of here. I can make everything just be one row and it have like a picture and then like what it says, but then I end up with a very very tall inventory, which is also kind of what I'm trying to avoid. So I don't know. All right, back. I gotta run to the bathroom quick and I want a snack. My stomach's growling. I got so lightheaded when I stood up. That was weird. There's the audio. I was wondering about that. I think those circles are the audio players. Actually. Okay, let's do work. So do I try to figure out what I want to do with the items, or do I... Because I got my little window thing that I want to make, that I need to make too. That has like that displays all the information. right. Oh, that's empty. All right, let's make the little window. That actually I do need a reference to. Description. Oh yeah, that's a wonderful piece of code. What? No, that's not what I wanted to do. What is that freaking line? Jesus. So that just was creating a label. Okay. Oh my god. What's that doing down here? Do I have my little, because there was a little panel that I had that in. That guy. Okay. In here, UI inventory. Bring this guy in here. I can't wait for this stupid election to be done so I can quit getting these stupid election texts asking me who I'm voting for. Okay, so I'm gonna make this a prefab. There it is. Okay, so for starters, you're gonna have a do a image. Description. I have to zoom out so far for this. So it's 200 by like, that's probably fine. Save that off. Inventory menu. I'm gonna add a Oh, that's so much smaller than I thought it was gonna be. That's the annoying part about trying to make these like prefabs, because you have to have a canvas, but then when I put it on a different thing, the canvas screws with it. So like I can't edit it here because it doesn't have a canvas. So it's like I gotta make sure I have to put the canvas on here to edit it, and then and then get rid of the canvas when I'm done editing it. And it's so dumb. But we're not worried about that stuff right now. So we just have this box, right? Item description. Cool. You're gonna be set to be not active. I also do need to give you a script. Not a folder. Get out of here. Just found something. Found something better / interesting for your add-on. Well, I mean, I create my own basically, but I found something with also a way to define the structure of a table. Instead of drag and drop, I give you a settings class where if your default layout is bothering you, you can add a script defining that if a specific resource, a specific order in the fields should appear. Honestly, how it's done doesn't really bother me. As long as I have the ability to change that order, I would be happy. All right. Now it's fun here. This is one of these instances where this utilizing the events is a pain because I'm having to go through like a mediator class essentially, but there's now this button needs to have a it needs 2 more events. Oh no, it's got the events already. Okay. Be on. I know hover enter that evoke. Send in the item. That's cool. I think I'm gonna straight up just send the item. Because otherwise I would have to do item dot whatever. Oh, it's fine. Actually, it's fine. We can. And then when we leave, on item hover exit, invoke. You're not sending anything. And then in the content, see, this is where I kind of have to now do a an event, like a signal or an event up to to a class that then literally just passes that event on in the first place, which is annoying, but this is like one of the few instances where I do have to do it this way. Because these buttons don't have a reference to the there's another way I could do it, but I don't want, I'm too lazy to do it. So item button dots on item hover enter. Plus equals on inventory item. I gotta be explicit with these so I know what they're coming from. Inventory item button hover enter event handler. And the same thing for on exit. Oh, that's not where I wanted it. There we go. Come on. Come on. There. So then this is just going to be on that. And now the menu. See, like, even all of these I don't have named correctly. This whole class I don't have, like, set up correctly. So, like, on inventory item button, hover enter event handler. That's how I generally want to, like, have these named. Because it's very explicit as to what this is. This is the inventory item button. Hovering is enter, and it's an event handler, so I know that it's handling a an event and not just a function. On so you're going to take in an inventory item, and then the other one this one's easy because it's literally going to be item description widget dot, or I need game object dot set active. It's gonna be false. And then I haven't opened that up yet, have I? Close you out. Oh, there you are. So say, where do I have this saved? Void setup. You're going to take in an inventory item, and we're just going to do nothing with it for the time being. Then in here I can say, and oops, not that one. And description widget dots setup. What did I do? There we go. Game object dot set active to true. So now, provided I connect all these pieces correctly, there we go. My little widget appears now. So now I need to Now, is there like a... One thing that does annoy about this is the fact that I don't have... Oh yeah, let me just add a canvas here so I can mess with all this stuff now. So I don't have like a drop down button, scroll view, scroll bar, slider, toggle, panel. I don't have like a box that just sorts everything. Well, not even necessarily the auto sort. I just want like, I mean, I guess I could do a, I do know how to do this because it would just be a grid box. It was like Unity or no, Godot has like an H box that all of the children in it just get put all spread out horizontally. And if you did like a V box, it would just, all the nodes would just get set vertically. I could do this with a, what's it called? That's not right. Did I really? Let's scroll about content. Hey, how's it going? Oh, it's this grid layout group. That's what I could use. Rebuilding my inventory system. Probably a lot of the UI stuff. So what I could do in here is I also haven't figured out if any of this, how I'm building my UI, if like changing in resolutions is going to break anything. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. So yeah, I wonder if I like, can I just give you a grid component? Like, is that just cool? And I give you, just say, like, all the buttons. So let's do text. Okay, I can do it that way then. Why do I keep closing Godot? I need to know what dimensions I was using. But nah, we're getting off being sick too, so I have been bright and bubbly and the most entertaining person in the world today. 225 by 320. Let's start with that. I already forgot what it was. 225 by 320. And then let's see. Let's do name. This field. Text Mesh Pro. What is this thing called? Text Mesh Pro dot. How do I interact with this thing? Back to the age-old battle of probably the thing that's been that holds me up the most has been relearning the UI. Oh, I meant like if I just do name dot text equals item dot name. Will that just work? Did I learn a thing? Did we learn a thing? Is it that simple? It might be that simple. It's just text. It can't be that hard. Oh, wait. Well, I gotta give it its object. Oh, but I can't. Okay, UI text dot text mesh. Oh. Okay, so what am I looking for here? Pro text mesh pro. Is it GUI? Try that. I did see that pop up. I thought I saw that pop up. Oh, nah, all caps. Text mesh pro U GUI. Oh, well, not gonna work. I haven't set the thing yet. Oh, hey, look, that worked. Okay. Okay, so something's not getting sent to it correctly then. Yeah, blue light. Today's been fun. I was super sick yesterday. Like, I took the day off of work yesterday. I was feeling so bad. And I'm still recovering today. So between still being sick, not sleeping well last night because I was sick, trying to stream, and having worked all day today while still being sick, so extra tired, my ability to code has gone out the window. Yeah, I've been I'm super not as bad as yesterday. I was super congested yesterday. I'm still pretty congested. And I've been coughing on and off. All right, that seems like it's getting the you know what, let's int x equals 12. And let's put a breakpoint there. I want to see what is not What is not being set? Why not? Okay, why am I not like attached? But yeah, no, that the music festival I was at last weekend. I was there for 4 days, around 100,000 people. Not surprising. Like I usually get sick when I do stuff like that. All right, so that's reattached. Hi, Jackson. Here, buddy. Got one cat in the window. I got one down here wanting pet. Why is it not hitting the break point now? There we go. Name, F armor. Okay, so it should. Oh, duh. I know what the problem is. I gotta get rid of this stupid canvas. That's what was causing. It's a blue light. That was what was causing my issue the other day that you were in here when I was doing this UI stuff, that apparently if you've got multiple canvases in there and stuff doesn't work. So like I have to have a canvas in here to see what I'm doing to edit it. But then this item description is part of, yeah, but so it's part of this, which has a canvas. So that's why it wasn't appearing. Now, when I run this, since I took away the canvas out of that child thing, which makes having, I hope to God I'm wrong and I'm doing something wrong, because I'm sitting there going, I like having different, you know, UI components that I can put together onto a UI, especially for like shared elements, like say the actual content of my inventory display. But if every time I go to edit one of those things, I have to add a canvas in, put everything under the canvas just so I can edit it and then remove the canvas. That way it works on the actual like composition of all the stuff. It's annoying. Okay, but there we go. Now my little box is working. And it's like, yeah, it's something like this. This box right here is its own separate UI component, because I have multiple windows that are going to need a display of the player's inventory. So, you know, I want to have to, like, you know, if I have multiple screens that use that player's inventory and I want to make a change, I don't have to make the change for every single window. I want to make the changes to the relevant piece, and then it'll just propagate to everything else. But yeah, that makes it annoying with that whole canvas thing. Because yeah, I did that in Godot, where eventually I had like 3 menus that all use the player's inventory, and I wanted to make changes to it. I was like, oh shit, I got to change it like 3 times. So that's when I ripped out the inventory component, the content component, into its own thing. So that way, instead of making every time I make a window, making a new UI, it's okay. I'm gonna drop this component in. I'm gonna drop this component in. Drop this, you know, proper coding practices. But that's making it a pain with that whole canvas thing. So I don't know. Yeah, I need someone to drop it and be like, nah, you're dumb. You just got to do this and it'll work. And I'd be like, cool. Thank you. Cool. At least that works. Also, I wonder, probably in project settings. Is there a default? There it is. Okay. Where do I want to put this? Settings? I don't even know what you are. Okay, whatever. I'll just create a new folder for the fonts. Oh, how do I change this font? How do I change the font? I realize if I'm going to be doing tech stuff, I should have my font in here. So I have a font, but clearly that's a different... I have to turn it into a font asset? Is that like a... I mean, it makes sense since that's what that thing is. Pro font asset. Okay. Font file must be selected to create a font asset. Okay, so if I click that. Oh. Well, that was easy. Is it gonna look like ass when I do it? Is that all I have to do? Will it will just work? It didn't work. Oh god, I hate that screen. Well, so I did, but I didn't. Because when this fires up, the font didn't change. Because the font is the old font I was using over here. That looks like this. I imagine if I make new things, I probably have to go and manually change these now. But if I make new things, it'll probably like apply. So I go back to my prefabs menu. Item description. See, okay, yeah, it's still using the font, but I bet you. So I bet you if I delete these two guys. I delete that guy. Am I still attached? Is that why it's lag? Oh, I'm still attached to Visual Studio. That's why it's laggy. I bet if I go in here now and I go to and create it. Yeah, see, it automatically. So it's my existing ones I need to go and change, which is not a big deal. But anything new that I create will automatically take that text or that font. Well, I'm glad I was able to learn you something. Hey, look, there's my kind of blurry, not crisp text. Can I fix that? What is... Okay, hold on. Unity, pixel font, blurry. Because it's still not quite right. Gotta be a setting. There's a pixel perfect setting on the canvas. What? 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 Is that it? Really? Can't tell if that did anything. Switch anti-aliasing to no anti-aliasing. Okay, I can try that. I don't see that. Oh, whoa, you can see the... That's cool. Maybe it does look fine, and I'm just blind. Is it sad that I can't wait for stream to be done? I think it looks fine. I can't wait for my stream to be over, so that way I can go back to playing Eve. Freaking Zach got me addicted to Eve Online again. How many people do I even have in here? I have not checked at all. Yeah, I went for it. And did you see the picture that I posted in Chris's Discord today when I added Zach? I'll do that. I guess I don't know. Who cares? You guys can't see what any of this stuff is. Or I added Zach. I played for 9.5 hours yesterday. Granted, like I said, I was sick. It didn't go to work. So I basically sat at my desk all day and just played Eve. Actually, I have a ship that I need being built as we speak. All right. Well, okay. So since we got the little thing, I'm not populating anything specific yet. I'm trying to get all of the components themselves working, and then I'll go back in and like actually fill out like the details and stuff for them. So I think what I want to add now is empty. This is gonna be the weapon, which is gonna have a sprite renderer on it. Order in layer 1, 2, why can't I see it? Actually, I'm doing this so dumb. Let's literally just, so the player, let's go ahead and assign a, just assign that thing to it, and then the weapon. Oh, it's just itty bitty. That's why. Okay. Oh, because I got the scale multiplied by 3. That's why. I was like, why are you so tiny? Why are you still so tiny? Three, one. Okay, so it was this way. Why are you so tiny? Oh, because I used an image and not a. Does that matter? Holy shoot. Okay. Oh, why are you huge? Why are you still huge? Oh, actually, you know what? I think I know why. Because I think my... Oh no, everything's scaled by 1. Why are you huge? Got sneeze. It's like stuck. No, I was gonna make this like half. Looks about right. I'm just intrigued as to why in the weapon component it's not. I don't understand. Oops. Yeah. Oh, I just realized it's 4:30. I gotta get going because it's Friday. I got a bunch of crap I gotta do around the house. Yeah, so I will be back on Tuesday because I finally axed the. I need to update because I think down below it's still my old schedule. I'm no longer doing Mondays and I'm no longer doing Thursdays. I'm not doing that alternating crap that was just obnoxious. basically what's going to happen is whatever day I do gaming stuff the other day, it's just going to be like an off stream work day for me, which will be nice to have. So my schedule now is just Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Yeah, I think both of you guys all know the socials and stuff like that. They're down below. So have a good weekend. I'll see you Tuesday. Yep. I'm just gonna do like the awkward goodbye. Oh man. Like I said, I'm so out of whack, but yeah, I'll see you guys Tuesday. Have a good weekend.